And that'd be funny. He's all black and he's like Cuban, and he's like, you're like, bonjour, s'il vous plaît.
Hey everybody, welcome to Modesty Rugby with your boy Big Daddy Dominic Covers, and of course,
Yo.
joining me, Mike. What had happened was Barrera.
That was my American French. Bonjour.
Oh shit! Hey, at least it wasn't Australian.
Bonjour, mate.
What's going on, man?
Shit. Nothing.
Seems like it's been forever since we've been in here, man. It's only the last week.
I know, but it does seem forever.
Yeah, but
because I was thinking about Cano today. I was just like, man, I want to pick that fat boy up. I was like, fuck, but I'm gonna see him today.
Yeah,
but it's been a couple days.
But this is all right now. Everything's all right in the podcast room, son.
Yes.
Yeah, man. You had a good workout today, huh?
Like, man, it was one of those Kaleo workouts. Like it was leg day.
Oh, ooh,
Dude,
the worst.
And
That's the worst.
And then I was pushing, cause you push the plates. They call it the plate push, but it's on the ground, the plate, and you push it. X amount of.
Now, is it on the ski mobile? Like, is it on
No,
that
no.
rack?
Well, because they're upgrading, and a lot of their equipment is coming from LA, but
Right,
they're
yeah.
ordering new equipment. But for right now, we're just pushing the plates on the ground, and they show us, the right posture to like be kind of like more
Conscious of it, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pushing 35 and 10 plate together. So
45 pounds.
yeah, and I'm just like pushing it, but it's on. I can understand if it was on like a smooth ground, but it's on like
The grass.
it's kind of like a turf.
Yeah, that grass.
That fake
it's like
grass?
the smooth. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the smooth stuff.
Well, but it's like really smooth. But oh my god, it felt like I was pushing like 100+ pounds, dude. I could not. My legs were burning.
Uh-huh.
It was like instant heart on my thigh.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like leg days fucking suck.
Yeah, like that. I'm
And
glad.
they're intense, dude. It's like an intense workout. It's not like if you stop, like the trainer's like 50 feet away. It was like you, and then like come straight to you. It's like, come on, push, come on.
Marsh's happy in shape ass already,
Yeah,
all the way
and-
over to you.
Like, and it's funny because sometimes I think they're not looking, and I'll break, and he'll be like, Mike. I'm like, man, I just 2-second break, intervals.
That's why I am a grown man, son, and I eat donuts.
I know.
Because if I was taking the break, you'd be like, Alvarez, you know I'm 33, right? You know this, right?
Like
I'm paying you.
the
Shut your mouth.
video that Rich put in the chat of the
Oh,
the-
you
the
knocking
big
over all the
chunky guy,
cones.
and he's like,
I'm
you
a
knocking all the cones over. I was like, that's me and Dom.
Yeah,
I'm-
uh-huh.
he's you ain't even a real trainer. Slaps him in the back of the head.
Dude, there's plenty of people that do that, including myself. You know what I mean? Like, I know what diet works for me, and I know what exercise regimens work for me. Now, if someone asks me, and I always get really, even all the way up to my wife, they'll be like, "What should I eat? What should I do this?" And I'll tell them what I did. I'll be like, "Look, I don't know if it's gonna work for you, but I know what I did for me." I'm like, I carb counted. I watched what I ate, and basically I didn't really work out. I did jujitsu, but I don't really count that as a workout. It's just, yes,
And
it
I ain't
is a
gonna
workout,
lie, dude.
but-
Like you talk a lot of bullshit,
Uh-huh.
and you like think you educating somebody, but a lot of our friends are like, man, they don't know shit. But to be honest, like your weight, because I remember when I like first started coming back and like chilling and constantly being here, we were chunky,
yeah,
and then you were like, dude, I'm gonna start counting carbs and blah blah blah, and I was like, man, that sucks.
yeah.
You did a couple things, and then you came back, and you were like, look, I can fit a size medium, and it was gone. Like your stomach wasn't out or whatever, and I was like, damn, like you do know how to eat. You
Yeah.
know, like when it comes down
Yeah.
to like eating healthy and
Yeah.
and counting
It's a
carbs.
lot of willpower too. It's a ton of willpower. And like I was thinking about this today I like for some reason I was listening to a really good podcast for the past like 2 days because it's like 3 or almost 4 hours long. And it was the art of conversations it was the art of the conversation. You know what I mean? Like it was really interesting. And they touched on a lot of things and they talked about like this whole thing of the whole universe and spinning asteroid and Earth. And so it got me thinking like what's important? What am I doing here? I'm just this ball of energy that is going to go away someday. And I'm like, I got to have the right fuel. I got to do the right things and I got to make myself happy. That's why I don't diet anymore. But it's willpower and it's like, who's accountable? I'm accountable. Like I have 4 people to take care of. I don't really give a shit about myself. I'll treat myself like shit. I shouldn't. That's not the mentality you should have. But if something I do have is willpower. Like if I say, you know what, Dom, you're not gonna drink beer for a month. That's it.
And you did it.
And I did. And you know what? It's easy.
I may have been there like in your ear, like, bitch.
Yeah. Oh my God, you guys are the word. It never fazed me because I know I could do it. And people don't hold themselves accountable to these things. You yourself, you can say no to these luxuries in life. Or I mean, who I wouldn't. But I'm saying like, hey man, what should I do? Or man, my life is dookie right now. It's like, dude, change it. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, got it. Got it. Now, there are exceptions to the rule, like, you know, but I can't because it's, okay. We'll work around it, like work with it. Like, you know, I want to do jiu-jitsu. I want to do competitions again because there's nothing like
that feeling
like of healthy competition. And I can't afford it right now, and nor do I have the time. So guess what I do? I'm like, you know what? Once a month, I'm going to treat myself.
Treat yourself and hang out with Mike.
I mean, well, that's my treat myself. That is my thing that I do once a month. I'm like, you know, pay your bills on time. Spend time with your kids. Spend time with the wife. Do the family. Be a good person. Don't act like an asshole. You know, you have a limited time on earth. Don't be that dick that's going to be like in the funeral, like, ain't nobody there. I don't want to be that guy. I want to, I mean, in honesty, my funeral, I want a celebration. I want to be like, he brought this, he did this. I don't want any kind of actually, I want a lot of negative things said about me because I think that's funnier. But hold yourself accountable.
I don't think he's dead.
Yeah.
I don't think
he's always lying. He lies.
He's just lazy. He's being lazy right now.
Extreme lazy. That is my type of sleep, man. But no, like, you know, hold yourself accountable, treat yourself if you've earned it. Yeah. Like you're on this diet now, you're exercising, and kudos to you. I am not.
And honestly, like, dude, like, it's only been the second day, and I'm like hating life as far as like, because, you know, you got people around you that aren't dieting,
right?
And they're just chomping on a hamburger or eating ice cream or something. And I'm like,
yeah, you remember last month when I wasn't drinking beer? Cheers, bitch.
Karma is a bitch. I hate you. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and it's like, you know, like I was there when I was like, you know, I can't do it because of this. I can't do it. But now I'm like in a better mind state now, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah,
I know I can do it. Yeah, I bitch and complain sometimes. Like Claudia's like, you're making it harder than what it is. You know,
you sit there throwing yourself on the ground, kicking the ground. I want a goddamn donut.
Like that video. I'm gonna eat what I want to eat. You ain't a fucking traitor.
Yeah,
you know. But it's that willpower, and I'm like, I got it. You know, I want to, and I'm gonna prove to myself that I got it.
Yeah,
because I've been doubting myself a lot. You know, and I'm like,
we all doubt you, Mike. It's okay.
But when it's bad, it give a fuck what people think. But when it's yourself started, you're like, man, are they right? You
Dude,
know?
that's a trippy thing too. When you start doubting yourself,
yeah,
that's when the road could get bad, man.
Yeah, and I'm like, fuck, hell no, dude. Like I want to like, it ain't gonna be next weekend, but I want to walk around at PIFA or you know out at the beach with no shirt on, you know, and not feel like if I run. My stomach's gonna jiggle.
If I run, I'm gonna turn Dominic on a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? And if you notice, when we have beach days, I'm like, I'm in the pool with a shirt, and when I get in the pool, I like take my shirt off secretly, so nobody's really paying attention. It's just those insecurities, and I'm like,
no, they're inside of us, and you know, but you have you're leaps and bounds ahead of a lot of people that want what you want.
Yeah.
You're already on the path though. you obviously have really good motive.
But in real shit, congratulate me at the end because I just feel, you know, it's like that when you jinx yourself.
Yeah.
And you're just like, because everybody's like, oh, good job, good job. I'm like, hold
Wait.
that good job.
Because we all know Mike.
For the last day.
He taps in a couple of weeks, man. I've seen it done. So
No,
we have a pool
but
going
I mean,
on.
there's a lot more
We have a pool.
online.
I have like 2 weeks in, and Mike's gonna tap out. That's it. We have some money. I'm not gonna say with who, but we have some money going. So you my horse, baby, and I'm gonna be give
Fuck
it to
you, Rich. I know it's you. I know it's you two, because you guys. Whatever.
No, you are
whatever.
not the center of our world, son. So speaking of that, so I was but good luck to you, man. I really wish all the best.
I get it.
But yeah, I was listening to this podcast. It had Joe Rogan, I think his name's Sam Harris, and Hannibal Buress, and it was like the conversation about conversations. It was something like that. Great podcast, and it made me like think of so many things, like with the whole Black Lives Matter thing, Colin Kaepernick, and just a bunch of stuff. And so what happened was, there was this guy who's really smart, very intellectual guy. He has a few podcasts himself, and he stars on a couple podcasts himself. So we were like, he was just saying, statistically, black people kill more black people than white people kill black people. And so he like started going into the numbers and stuff like that. So Hannibal Buress was like, man, he wasn't like, I don't want to hear that shit, because he wasn't. But he was like, you don't know. He was like, and the guy was like, I do know because I have it here on paper. So basically what I was saying, what I'm trying to get at, it was like the intellectual dude, he was very knowledgeable about what he was talking about because he likes to talk, and he talks for a living, and he has to back his shit up. Yeah. And the best way he does it is via research, which I encourage everybody to do their research first before opening your mouth. Yeah. Don't do what Dominic does and yap your mouth and then pull his phone out of his pocket when nobody's looking and then be like, see, you know what I'm saying? So he does his research first, and he makes sure that, he does politics.
The right numbers.
Exactly. So what happened was, Hannibal Buress, I believe he was born and raised in Chicago, maybe still lives there, but he's a really good comedian. I like his stand-up, but I enjoy him on other people's podcasts better. I just like him speaking.
Hannibal Buress?
Hannibal Buress. He's a funny dude. So, to make a long story long, he was like, you don't know. Yeah, a conversation about conversation. He's in everything.
He's in Daddy's Home with Will Ferrell. That fool was actually funny.
He was in there. Yeah. So he was basically talking about, okay, you may have numbers, but I have lived it. Okay? I'm not a fucking number. He didn't say this, but nutshelling it. He was like, I'm not a fucking number. You don't know what it's like to jog down the street in your sweatpants and just get a good sweat on, and all of a sudden, hey man, what are you doing? You running away from something? And it's like, what? Like, it's 10 a.m. or it's 9 a.m. and I'm right. He didn't say this happened to him. I don't know if he gave an example or maybe it did. I don't know. You have to listen to it. It's a really good conversation. It's Sam Harris, Joe Rogan, and Hannibal Buress, a conversation about conversations. There's 2 parts, and it's really good. I encourage everybody to listen to it.
So Sam Harris is the one that
Sam Harris is the intellectual dude that gathers numbers and stuff like
Hannibal
that. I mean, dude, from both sides, I understood both sides because I was obviously outside of the conversation.
Yeah.
But man, like, Sam Harris was given a bunch of numbers, and Hannibal Buress was obviously kind of perturbed by this. I mean, he was he was drinking beer and stuff like that. He did Joe Rogan's podcast earlier, and they were hammered. So, basically, he was like, I'm not a fucking number, dude. You can't put me in those statistic numbers. And even if you do put me in those statistical numbers, I'm a fucking human being. Yeah. You know what I mean? You don't know what it's like. You're a white man, never got pulled over because of the color of your skin and stuff. And so he was saying, Sam Smith wasn't like, no, that doesn't happen. No, he was very sympathetic, empathetic, whatever you want, the word. I believe I'm using that right. Like, he was like, I'm not saying that doesn't happen. He openly admitted there's shitty cops, there's evil cops, there's bad white cops, bad black cops, all of that. But what I'm saying is, and he provided his argument via statistics and stuff, and Hannibal put his side of it in, and by the end of it, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys if you guys really do, but I really want everybody that listen to it. It's super good. I really enjoyed it.
Sam Harris, Joe Rogan, and Hannibal Buress, a conversation about a conversation.
Yeah, and
Part
it was
1.
super good. But yeah, that conversation had like everything, man, and it just got me thinking, dude. Like, you know, when people start to bring all these statistics into it, and then it's like, all right, yeah, that's sound science. That's something we could all live by. Yeah. But then when you have like someone like Hannibal Buress that goes, hold on, man, I'm not a fucking number. Wait a minute. Like, yeah, he not just endures it, but he's just like, wait a minute, this is that's like, that number may be right, but think about the people that are that number, that represent that number. We ain't just something on a fact sheet, man. There's reasons why this happened. There's reasons why that happened. And there's, you know, not he wasn't trying to justify shootings or bad cops or anything, but it was just really cool to see that for once. Like, someone provide the numbers and someone say, hey, wait, hold on. Fuck you and your numbers. That's kind of an insult because I'm sitting there being shot at. Motherfucking number, bitch. You know what I mean? So I was like, whoa, this is super cool to have those extremes. But it was still, I mean, as kind of chaotic as it got, at the end, it was really cool to hear Hannibal be like, no, I'm not mad at him at all. You know, like, this is a conversation. This is just how two human beings that are on opposite ends of the planet just kind of mingle. And the point of it was the conversation about conversations. It was all about how the art of the conversation works. And therefore, that type of conversation, or that particular conversation, kind of got out of hand, if you want to call it that. I don't think it was, because I understood both sides.
It seemed like it took a turn into like racial profiling.
Well, it was about all the, again, it was the Black Lives Matter thing, and it was like the whole thing. So it kind of like, you know, Hannibal had a good couple of points, and the guy with the Sam Harris had some really good points and stuff like that. And it was just really cool to have a conversation that was real with a true intellect versus someone that was just like, I'm a comedian, I'm a black guy from Chicago, just a normal average dude doing not normal things.
Surprised how many cats are like intellectual on that level.
They
didn't. I mean, they went to school because, you know, they got their education, but they don't come from like, you know, the white collar. They're straight blue collar.
Yeah.
And, you know, and yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was really cool because us as adults and as human beings, we really forget we're human. We really forget that we all
like there's racism. We're the same race if you think about it.
Yeah, you know, people are super quick to just be like, it's because I'm black. It's like, I'm just a light-skinned black guy. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Or even it's because I'm Mexican. You know, like, what the hell? Yeah, like, look, I'm Mexican, but you can't really say that I'm a true Mexican. That may be my ethnic background, but I'm like, I'm still me. I'm proud of who I am. All the DNA strand and all that shit, and what I mark down on that piece of paper when I go to the fucking DMV. That doesn't make me. Yeah. That made me who, I mean, I guess that's what I'm built of, but that ain't me. There's a bunch there's a bunch of Mexicans out there. There's a bunch of Filipinos, a bunch of Chinese people. I happen to be Mexican, Filipino, and Chinese. That don't make me, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And a lot of people go there. They want to be offended. They go right there. And until you have an intellectual conversation like that, be like, well, hold on, let me explain myself. And you allow that person to explain himself. You'd be like, okay, that's a good point, actually. You know, and it's like, people don't want that because they want to be right. They need to be right. They want to be number one. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, whoa, shit, man, how competitive are you? Or how, like, what happened in your past that just yet you need that kind of, I don't know what you would call it, but that approval or something, you know, the king of the mountain kind of mentality. Fucking scary, man.
Yeah, man. Like, so let me ask you this.
All right.
When's the last time, if you ever, like, when have you ran into racism?
I've told that story before, the he's not from the Americas thing.
Oh, that was
okay, I believe that was racial. Yeah. I didn't take it that way, but I thought it was funnier than anything. I was offended.
Yeah, it was a racial comment. It was like, he's not from the America. Well, the fuck, I'm here.
Yeah.
Where the fuck else am I from?
Yeah. But other than that one story, which is a good story, but
every time you like you see, must not be from the America. I'm like, man, I just picture different people. Like first it's a lady, like a country ass.
It was a very country lady.
But
yeah.
then I think like of a biker, chick.
You could probably describe her as that
You
too.
know,
Like,
like,
I'm
yeah.
sure she rode a Harley or two in her day. I don't know, nothing against for Harley riders, but
that
yeah,
is
yeah,
fair.
that was probably the only time, and I was kind of offended, but
Jesus.
I wasn't really like I wasn't.
Have
really
I ever
super-
been racial?
Yeah, have you ever
Well,
like ran into like a big
I was
cult?
more. It was
something?
more. No, not racial. Me and Sekou were like gang profiled because we like he wore all blue. I don't know how, but he wore all blue. I had like mostly red on, and we got pulled over, and he was like, "Oh no, not me and Sekou, me and Tim,
Oh, okay.
Tim Madonna. What up, G? Me and him had long hair. We had the sides cut, the ponytail.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
He was wearing a black shirt with gray pants, and I was wearing a gray shirt with black pants. So it was opposite, but we both had the same
Yeah.
hair. Cop rolled by, and he was like, of course he caught us. We were smoking some. He's,
Oh shit.
but he was cool because it was my first time ever getting like,
Hammed up or whatever.
yeah. So he like, well, we had complaints that somebody smelled weed or whatever, but we're not gonna, deal with that. You just don't do that, at all or whatever. And he was like, but you guys in a gang? You guys in a gang? We're like,
Does it look like I'm in a fucking gang? Does
I
it
was
look like
like-
I could do hood shit?
I was like, no, we ain't in a
Well,
gang.
not Lee. What bitches? Gang member.
As we wear purple. No, but no, it was just like, like, no, I'm not in no gang. He was like, oh, well, because, you both wearing the same colors, same exact colors, and you guys have the same exact hair. And that was when, I was looking up to Tibby. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I need to
yeah,
be
yeah,
like
yeah.
this dude. So his style kind of rubbed off on me, but I was gang profiled, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, for sure.
But as far as racism, nah. And I'm not disrespecting Mexicans or whatever, but there are a lot of because white people or black people get mad because white people are racist towards black people. But Puerto Ricans sometimes get upset with some Mexicans, and I'm not saying all. I'm not, I love all y'all, but they get mad at, or they have some animosity towards Puerto Ricans, because I can be born in Puerto Rico and I can come over here legally,
It's part of the United States. so.
yeah, it's a commonwealth, and like some Mexicans are legal and they have to go through a process, to get their green card or whatever it's called now. I don't know what it's called, and to come over here. But they have this kind of anger towards us, and they talk shit about us.
Yeah.
And not all. I'm not saying all, but I have ran into, working with a lot of full on Mexican, speak nothing in Spanish. I know they're talking about me.
Yeah.
Because I asked other people and they're like, oh,
You
and
don't
then
need to-
spick is not that's a racial word for Puerto Ricans, So when I can hear words or whatever, it's just like,
Yeah.
man. But I'm not the type to feed into that.
Yeah.
You got people that are racist towards, black folk, and the black folk get and they get all but it's like, man, fuck you.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, if I was on the bus, I'm going to get off this bus, I'm going to go home, have my dinner. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, I've said it before and I'll say it again. People they wake up like that, man. They
Yeah.
wake up ready for it. They wake up so ready to be offended.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, obviously throughout my life, I've been offended. Like, oh shit, hey, that's kind of a mean thing to say. But I'm a type of person to be like, oh, fire back.
Yeah.
I mean, not in a weird way, but you make it awkward and you make fun of it. And that's the way I am.
And then, racism now is way. I'm not gonna say it's
It's
not
the-
bad.
it's the
but
cool
I'm just
thing
saying,
right now.
I'm just saying. No. I'm talking about
Oh.
people racial profiling
Uh-huh.
somebody else. It's. I don't think it's as bad as how it was back in Rosa Parks days.
Yeah,
if
obvious.
they will not let me fucking enter this thing because of my color, then I'll fucking But if they're like, look at this, whatever,
Spick.
spick, and I'll be like,
I'm gonna start calling you that.
I'm like, well, I have a car, that's actually made from the dealer. I didn't put my pieces together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, man, what are you saying?
I'm talking about anybody. But
No,
it's just like I don't care about racial like slurs towards me because I'm gonna get off the bus. I'm gonna get on the bus.
Yeah.
I don't have to go to the back of the bus. I can drink from the water fountain.
Yeah.
Those type of like really hardships that African Americans have to go through back in the day. That's legit fucking like shit to be pissed off about racism.
Getting sprayed with a fire hose by the fire department,
and it's like
it's terrible.
It's like even kids now, like because of the whole police officers versus Black Lives Matter. Police officers killing black people. There's white kids that are like now, like there's this YouTube video or it was on Facebook where it said how to, like own a what do you call those drunk stops? Sobriety test. The sobriety test.
Oh, how to own, like how to own,
get out of
as
it,
in like
own,
fucking,
like
destroy it, like pass it. Fuck
think you
them.
boss. But anyways,
Exactly.
the kids come up and the dude was like, hey, have you had anything to drink tonight? And the kid was like, may I please leave? Can I go now? Can I go? Like, it's like, why not just say, no, I haven't.
Yeah.
I went through a little sobriety line or whatever. Checkpoint. God, why was
Oh, there you
fucking
go.
checkpoint. Wow. But I went through one and dude was like, do you have anything to drink? I was like, no. Like, easy peasy. Yeah, he made me like, did he? I think he made me take my ID out, just look at my driver's license, make sure it's up to date, and let me go. It was like less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I obeyed. It's like people don't want to obey the law because they're just like, ooh, I'm part of the resistance. I'm going against. I don't
Luke Skywalker,
Yeah,
bitch.
you know what
Move
I'm
the
saying?
fuck off.
Unless they're like really restricting you from like martial law style. Like
Yeah,
can't come out your house. You have to be out
Yeah.
at this time. You have to be in at this time.
Yeah.
Like if it's to that extent, then yeah, I'll but this little shit that's going on right now, it's gonna get us to that.
Yeah.
You guys are helping with that.
Do you think it's gonna happen in like soon, like the new world order, the new
I think
martial
so. I
arts
think
type of shit?
it's
Like
I think
V for Vendetta, like that fucking movie.
Yeah,
that's a trippy movie. I mean, I love that movie too.
I've only seen bits and pieces of it.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
I
It's
know
Lord
it's a-
Elrond. It's Lord
Yeah.
Elrond. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. As a V, yeah, that's
But,
Lord Elrond. But,
Yeah, it's just like you guys are pushing towards fucking martial law, and it's like because of these little, like you said, waking up to waiting to get offended. It's like, man, let that shit, brush that shit off
people
your
don't know how to
shoulder.
do that, man. And I mean, maybe it's because of their past lives, or maybe even their current life, or where it's gonna go in the future. They just see that shit. And for me,
You imagine if it's like because you know how they say you lived a life back in the day, like you were somebody.
Oh, like you had a
you're
past life?
reincarnation of somebody else.
mhm.
And maybe you never know. Like back in the day, they probably was the worst. Like they probably got beat and some more shit, and they
Man, I had like the
reincarnated.
worst reincarnated. I have the most baseline reincarnation. Nothing bad happened to him and nothing good either. It's just like the base. I'm the average baseline reincarnation. If you want to judge something on a timeline, I guess you could judge it on me. Just being made over and over again. It's like, okay, well, he's this height, this weight, then he didn't really do anything. So as long as you're above his line, you're doing good. But if you're below his line, then you're probably doing bad. That sucks, man.
Yeah, dude, I'm just. People just need to control their and
Man,
I was young.
yeah.
And you know me, I was like a hothead. Fired off at anything. Like, you look at me. You look at me.
It's like,
Like,
yes, we're talking. I said, what's up, Mike?
you know what I'm saying? What you looking at, bitch?
So,
Didn't you ask me a question?
you asked me for a pin.
But-
And that's all right, dude. It was all like our insecurities as growing up in high
but
school.
that's what I'm saying. It was like I was young, but you got people past our age, older than us, that are still continuously on this. And there was this one YouTube video about this. It was a black kid,
Mm-hmm.
and he was Donald Trump all the fucking way.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Whoa.
him, and he had a couple kids, but he was schooling. It was a black. You could tell he was gay
Mhm.
because of his. Yeah, the way he was talking, you could tell.
Yeah.
Either that, or he's just really feminine man.
Okay.
You know, but
He was a dog.
yeah, he was like, he was talking to this kid, and he was like, why are you supporting him? He's racist. He was like, and the kid was like, well, show me where he was racist. Like, show me, like, give me proof, like, solid, proof of him being racist. You know, and the kid, I mean, I'm not going to point out every little thing that the kid said because I don't remember.
Yeah.
But he was like shutting this dude down.
Yeah.
Because dude was like hashtag Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
And this kid was hashtag Trump.
Yeah.
And it was just like they were going back and forth. But the kid was spitting knowledge and he was like, Trump did this, and this.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah.
And
well, people don't forget, like, now I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not going to vote for this dude, okay? We don't get very political on this show, or at least we try not to. I'm not voting for the
we get
dude for
hella
my own
political.
reason.
We shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't think so. But first off, he's not a politician.
Yeah.
He's not a politician. He says some outlandish shit, okay? He wants and needs the attention. He's down in the polls right now.
It seems like back in the day, the presidential election was more on what you're gonna do for this country. With Donald Trump, I feel that he makes it into like a reality show, like something funny or something like
He says some pretty funny shit, dude.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. This is not a fucking TV show. This ain't no fucking like comedy stand up. Like this is like what are you gonna do with the Americans' lives and how are you gonna help us?
Well, like on the podcast I was telling you guys about, and I've had this point of view until Hannibal Buress said it, so I guess I'll say it too. But I've had this before I heard this. Now, keep in mind, I heard this podcast 2 days ago, and today, so about in 2 days worth. Now, I've had this point of view since Trump said he was going to run. I honestly feel that he doesn't want to be president, really. I think he's doing it for the show. He's doing it for this and that, and the attention. And
I have a feeling, or my theory is, they put him up there because they want everybody to vote for the other guy.
Shit, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You said they put him up there.
Who's they? I don't know who they are.
I will not say they should now not be
Yeah,
named.
he should not.
Yeah,
But,
you're talking about
you know what
that
I'm
triangle, son.
Like-
Not on my show. I ain't trying to get ice through the fucking window. Luckily, all that shit's blacked out. But I'm sure. Oh man, if me and Mike just go off the air.
Instant. But anyways, I feel that he was put there to kind of like herd us sheep towards what they want us to vote for, which is
That's
Hillary,
a hard pill to
which-
swallow there, though. I mean, yeah. I mean, you feel the way you feel, and that's cool too.
especially
but
with
I'm like, oh, man.
the whole electoral colleges, like
Right.
or whatever the schools or whatever that
Okay.
that like we pretty much they say it's in our hands to vote. Like your vote counts.
Yeah.
But it's really this random electoral college that they pick to pick the president. You know what I'm
really?
saying? So it's all.
Oh man,
It's
that's
all-
a slippery
what do you call it?
slope
It's
right
all
there.
rigged. It's all rigged. Like you
We,
can't.
we love the Illuminati. We love all of them. Don't shoot us. I love my
It's all
family.
rigged. It's all rigged.
That's some scary stuff, man.
It
Because
is scary, and I don't want to get into.
yeah,
it,
let's
but-
not. I don't want to do that because I mean it's funny. It's kind of related, but not really. Like you play Assassin's Creed for the PS3 when it first came out, and all
dude,
that stuff. That was a badass.
Illuminati
I mean, that was a
everywhere on that.
well, yeah. So it was like it
it's
kind of
like-
opened your eyes to it a little bit on a fun sense. Like you get to just fucking ice people. You know, the Knights of the Templar.
Dude,
and
there's-
stuff. But that really is true. Like it did come from the Knights of Templar back then,
Or
and
not
all of a sudden-
Illuminati, Masonic.
yeah, the Masonics and all that stuff. So like, I was like, oh man, it kind of tripped me out that stuff kind of was, we know a couple Masons too.
Yeah.
I wish they weren't. I wish they don't belong there.
Dude, and I have friends that are Masons,
Mm-hmm.
and I have friends that are like, dude,
wait,
man,
wait,
are
like-
you sure? Are you sure? You sure you want to be a part of that? Because I'm like, hey, man, like, I mean, Masons I've met have been like awesome, very
Yeah.
like giving and stuff, like very respectful.
Charitable and all that good stuff.
and I mean, I guess I've never met one of those off Masons that are like,
They're just
do you want to know where we go when we die? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what?
I have all the answers for
Yeah,
you.
you know what I'm saying? Like
I've seen it.
the secret society.
Oh man, no,
Yeah.
fuck that shit, dude. I'm not pro these fucking grown men fraternities, dude. I like, for some reason they couldn't let go of their college this, and they were just like, bro, you know, we could start our own fraternity. No, we're not in college, you know.
like old school.
Yeah, well, that was in the that had a college thing.
You're my boy, Blue.
Yeah, but like guys that do it outside of the college that have like these, like some
watch that
stupid.
movie,
Yeah, I've heard this.
Skulls?
I've heard this one fraternity.
I think
It was like the turtle heads. I don't know. It's a dumb thing. It's really stupid. Anyways.
I know some Mason people that can
That will escort your ass.
and that you will never be heard from again. You
Take me
asshole.
on that permanent vacation.
You wanna go
ahead.
party?
Yeah. You tell me. Want to go party with my friends you never heard of? What? What the fuck? Fucking 6 feet deep,
Oh,
man.
that shit is funny.
Hell, I'm wearing a goat's head on my fucking.
Put you in quicksand.
Oh shit! Fuck that. No, I'm good.
So
no.
what is your fear of quicksand? Or
No,
do you
it's
have
not.
a fear?
Okay,
Or
so
do you have a
all right,
story?
so that was terrible. But so what we do is we write topics on the board and we try to smoothly go into one after
Man,
the
why
other.
you
But
gotta give up our stuff?
I've already said this before. But oh, Illuminati, what? Illuminati. They're coming.
They can't know.
I
They
see a
can't
red dot.
know.
I see a red dot in the window. But no. So no, quicksand. The reason why I put quicksand up there is not a fear of the actual sand that goes down and sinks. Quicksand meaning like I play a game, League of Legends, and let's say or anything like soccer, baseball, basketball, any type of anything.
Oh, I thought you literally meant
No,
quick. I was like,
no. So
I
the
got
reason
caught
why I
in
put it up
quicksand.
there is because like you try to do something and do a good something and it fails. So you go, okay, I'm gonna try even harder this time, and it fails, and you go, I'm gonna get this, and then you try it again and you fail, and nothing you do is starting to work. Nothing you do. You may help yourself a little bit incrementally, but overall, the overall scheme, the big picture, you're sinking, baby. You're going down fast. And
there's
that
a lot of
feeling
stuff
is
that I've done.
I mean, but the reason why is because I was having a bad day, a bad couple of games.
Bad video game day.
Well,
No, I know those days too.
though, even in jiu-jitsu, like I told Kalina one day, like I kind of threw my bag down and stuff, and she was like, "How did it go?" And I'm like, "Dude, I always get tapped left and right. I always get tapped, but some days less than others. And even in League of Legends, I have my better days and I have my bad days, and it just like and you bog yourself down with this burden. Like, fuck, man, I didn't do this.
And you feel like
I didn't do that.
feel like you're trying to go do step by step, but
Right.
something just happens to where you fail.
Well, it's no
Or you-
longer step by step
lose.
anymore. It's leaps and bounds that you have to recover from this fucking failure of a life that you're having right now. And it's like, fuck, what? And people just, you got to calm down. And so I'll have that. I'll have these days of the quicksand, and it hits me all at once, and it's just like, okay, like.
Dude, and it's funny that you say that because I've had days. I mean, everybody does.
Yeah.
But I had those days where I'm like, fuck, like I am in the shit. Like
Yeah.
shit is just not fucking panning out. And I think about it, and I'm like, well, you can give up. You can just say fuck
Yeah.
it and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
lay down and just be like, fuck it.
Yeah,
You
don't
know-
go to work tomorrow.
Yeah,
Just call in
yeah,
sick.
yeah, and-
let everybody know, or don't even let nobody know. Just fucking wake up, shower when you want, go drive to the beach or something. Just go and just stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying ice yourself, but I'm saying just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Just
stop
stop
paying
trying.
for gas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Stop
stop
paying for
working
this. Just
hard.
Wear the same shirt every day.
Yeah.
And
You
that
know,
sounds
and
pretty fucking good to me. But no, there are those days where your failures or you think that they're failures, but those days happen.
Yeah.
They happen, and you know what? They happen way more often nowadays with this instantaneous gratification that we have via technology or relationships and stuff like that. Like all of that does happen, and people forget to pick themselves up and just go forward.
Like
Fake it if you have
there's a
to.
saying at the camp. It's called what is it? How's it go? It says fucking just
Wash your ass. Wipe down the equipment when you're done. Thank you. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's motivational.
Well, it's you can, metaphorically wash
But
ass.
it says hard is not impossible, and failure is not final. So you know what I mean? Like it's just like you're gonna fail and fail and fail, but you're like how you said, like you're learning from that.
Yeah.
You're learning from that, and like there's some days where I'm just like fuck this, dude. Like I'm not even gonna try no more.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, I have that 5 minute, fuck it. But then I'm like, right after that, I'm like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna get up
Yeah.
and do it. I'm gonna do it. And it's just like, yeah.
Well, see,
up is,
that leaves you all the way back to that, you hold yourself accountable. You hold yourself to, because like, let's say there are all those people out there, like, it's his fault, their fault, that fault, it ain't got nothing to do with me. This failure today happened not because of me. You know what I mean?
him.
But it's like, but like I said, my game, there's 5 people to a team. And obviously there are people that do worse than me, and there are people that do way better. Now, let's say I lose in a really bad way. My whole team loses. Not one person does anything good. I always go, man, that sucked. Fuck, I hate this game. After I go to work and stuff like that, and I watch not watch videos. I don't watch videos, guys. I don't. But I listen to podcasts. But I go, what could I have done different? And I'll look it up. I'll look up like how to do this better, where to do this at what time. What is the optimal way to build this character? And I hold myself accountable. I'm like, you know what? I was part of the problem. I was not part of the solution. And you got to think of that every day. At a red light, at a green light, there's both sides to it. Like you can have the green light, like literally have the green light when you're about to take off. And once you take off, someone fucking T-bones you.
Yeah.
That wasn't your fault, but you're still in the accident. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't hold yourself accountable for just being like, okay, next time when I get a fucking brand new car and I get a green light, it's going to turn green. I'm going to wait 2 seconds for that fucking asshole I'm going to make the yellow, even though it's not even yellow, it's extremely red and it's been red, but since I have all this forward momentum, I got to go anyway. Instead of looking like an asshole and going,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I did that today, and I was like, nope, shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
The lady, like, literally, she was coming down, and I was making a left,
Mhm.
and it was one of those left turn yields
Yeah.
to the right away.
But you had the green light.
Yeah, I had the green light, but it was like she was able to go, but
Yeah.
she was like speeding. Like I was still on like yellow. It was about to turn red.
Yeah.
But she was like speeding, and I was like, man, I could have waited. I could have I seen her like from far away.
Yeah.
But I didn't think she was gonna be a dick. And, like yeah. She saw me turning, and then she like stepped on the gas. I was like, hello.
Yeah.
But in my head, I was like, man, I could have waited.
Yeah, she probably got the yellow light too at the same time, But yeah, it's all about accountability, people. You got to hold yourself to it. And like, I'm not saying I'm the perfect person. Trust me, I don't learn from my mistakes like I keep saying I do. But you know what I mean? You're gonna have those off days. But like, as long as you wake up in the morning and go, okay, what could I have done to be part of the solution? What could I have been? You should always have that conversation with yourself, or even like you. This podcast makes me a better person. It really does, because it gets every and any thought on my head out, and I get judged. I get judged by people, and sometimes they'll like it, and sometimes they won't. But but if they call me out on it, I'm not going to back down from it because I said it here. I'm holding myself accountable for it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I say this word over and over again. I'm sorry, but the point I'm making is, own up to your shit, like, and learn from it. If you don't learn from it, then you don't grow. The best way to do it is to say what you mean and mean what you say, and then live by that rule. I'm a parent too. You're a parent, and there are times where me and my wife, we don't agree necessarily on the punishment or the even the fun stuff. I'm like, oh, don't climb up the tree, you're gonna make Daddy nervous, and then my wife's like, yeah, fucking, I don't know, and there's
that's
but
like
you
me.
you stick by it. You stick by your word, and you stick by your meaning, and that's what makes you a human being. Animals, they fucking live and die. Life and death. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I know it's a weird thing, but that's the best way I can describe it. They eat when they're hungry. They don't eat because they're bored. They have to find and hunt food, because if they don't, they die. Us, we just open the fridge. Most of us, we just open the fridge. And that's how we get fat, and that's how we get lazy and stuff like that, because it's all instantaneous. It's all right there in front of us. And we don't realize if you just unplug this and if you just go drive and hike and you just get away just for a minute or two, all that running electricity and shit is irrelevant. I'm super glad we have it in our lives.
So we're going hiking?
No, I'm not going to do that. No, I would never do that. I've done it once, so I'm not going to do it again. How dare you ask me to do something physical? Fuck that. Nah, just guys, be accountable for your shit. Own up to your shit. You know, be part of the problem or be part of the solution, not the problem. And if you are part of the problem, recognize it and try to move on. Don't get caught in the quicksand. If you get caught in the quicksand, stop. Take a breath. Take a break. Take a doo-doo.
Yep.
Do something. Do something out of the ordinary. Do something ordinary. You know, paint. Do this, whatever, that you find yourself in a comfort zone. Find yourself where you are one with yourself, when you have that zen-like state. And, you know, whether it is on the shitter, whether it is on the mat, whether it is in front of an empty canvas with a bunch of watercolors, oil colors, whatever. Find that zen-like state to get out of the quicksand. That's the only way to get out, is if you're calm. They say in every movie, I've never been in part of this quicksand, but I'm only judging this via Indiana Jones and shit. Okay. You know, stay calm. Get out of the quicksand. Stop. Just give yourself some time, man. We ain't got no time.
It's funny because I have to tell myself that too, because I get anxious and just like I can't, like, I have to pay a bill and I have to wait because it's late. I have to wait for tomorrow, like, you know, the following day to do it. And it's like, I gotta pay this bill.
And you sleep that bill.
Oh, fuck.
Oh
my God.
Your soap bar turns into the bill.
Yeah.
You look at it and it's a fucking envelope, you know what I mean? And you wake up, you eat some cereal. That cereal tastes like paper. That was your fucking bill. You know, it becomes you.
And then I'm like counting down the time till they open, you know, and it's just, man.
Take that time,
Psych
man.
yourself
It's
out,
very
man.
important, guys. Take some time for you. I know you're a parent. I know I'm a parent. I know people are, you know, they're having their fun and they're having their business. Just take 2 seconds for yourself. I highly recommend it. You know.
Yeah, and it's funny because you called it, like, this whole conversation quicksand, like, you know, getting stuck. And if you think about it, literally in quicksand, the more you move, the more you're anxious and stuff. You just
Go down.
falling down.
Yeah.
And then if you stay calm, because I was a little kid, like 6 years old, and I fell into some quicksand.
No way, really?
Yeah. It was in Texas, and, like, we were out in the desert area or whatever. But it was like, it felt like quicksand. It may not have been true quicksand.
It was just a hole. It's just a pothole.
No, but real shit. And, you know, all my cousins were like, hey, stay away from the quicksand. Stay away from quicksand, blah, blah, blah. And I was like I was playing, and, like, I, like, not fell, but it was like I took too many steps, and I was like, oh, shit. And I, like, started stepping
Stumbled into
and then
it,
I started, like, stepping, like kind of like
swimming, or if you were, yeah.
No,
high knee.
Yeah, high knees. Doing the high knees, and I was trying to get out, and I was like crying. Called my dad. My dad had him and his friend had to, like, pick me up one arm each, you know, and because I was, like, panicking, and he was like, my dad was like, no, if you're in quicksand, stay calm.
Yeah.
You know, relax, and, you know, you'll get out. Like, you know,
well, they say you'll hit the bottom eventually. Like, not like you'll sink all the way in and you'll die. They say it's not that very deep, and you'll just go blink. Like, oh, there's some solid. You know what I mean?
fuck that, dude. I don't want to wait.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna wait till my neck be like, oh, there ain't nothing here.
If
you
you
know
were
what I'm saying?
calm, you probably would have found it.
But
All right, man. Dude. Yeah, that was great. Dude, I didn't know that about you. That was a really cool story. Thank you for sharing, man. That's scary as fuck, man. Oof. I used to, you know what? That used to worry me as a kid too. Like, I don't know why, but it did. Like, stay away from quicksand. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm nowhere near sand or dirt. I'm in the suburbs of fucking Lemon Grove.
That's funny.
Yeah, paranoid. Anywho, man, I'll stop it right there. That was a great story, Mike. That was awesome, man. Where can they get a hold of us, son?
Man, you can get a hold of us.
Not in quicksand.
But mod4up@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. We also can listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. So hit us up. Let us know what you think. And look up these YouTube videos we put up.
Yeah.
or we're talking about. I'll put the link inside
Yeah, I'll send
the
it to Mike.
post.
I always
But
say that, but I never do. I'm sorry.
A conversation about a conversation by Joe Rogan, Sam Harris, and Hannibal Buress.
Yeah, dude, it was really good. 2 parts.
man.
I highly recommend it. It's very entertaining, and it's a different perspective of this whole thing that's going on right now about this racial stuff, you know.
You know?
So yeah, go ahead. MOD4UP@gmail.com, at MOD4UP, hashtag MOD4UP. Please share, like, follow, all the good stuff. Anything that comes on with the interwebs, all of that. Push the button, please. It
yeah.
helps us out and it makes us feel good. 'Cause we have
Because you guys are nice people.
We're-
You
you
want to
guys
make us feel good.
good people with big dicks and big boobs that are desirable, and I want to see more of it.
I don't want to see somebody with big tits and a big dick. I'm sorry.
Oh wow, that came out wrong, did it?
I was like,
I don't have anything against the tranny community, though.
oh man. Way to end.
I was
the
trying to
podcast.
like,
Yes,
I was
sir.
trying to like.
Yeah,
Yes,
better
you
not.
beautiful
edit
woman.
that shit out.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. I'm just
I'm
saying,
gonna
like,
put it in the post, and at the end, Dominic talks about.
I'm gonna say it's exactly 50-some minutes, and if it's short, you know for a fact, Dominic.
Then it's Dominic's dick and tits.
Okay.
Whatever, dude.
Anything else, man?
No, you made it awkward. Let's go. Turn the mic off. Let's shut it off. Shut it down.
I'll catch you guys later.
Peace out.